similarly to Blue-White Delver in Standard. It's just
yes.
like a hyper-powered version of it.
That's exactly what it is. So, I'm Brad Nelson. I'm here with Jake Van Loon. This is round 4 of the SCG Open. On your left, you see Wesley Hickman playing Rug Delver. On your right, you see Austin Fritz playing Maverick. Man, he's got a couple muscles on that right side.
Yeah.
Guy's pretty built. But yeah, game started. Misty Rainforest on the left for Wesley Hickman. No Delver, no Ponder. It seems like he's got some counter spells, some removal spells, and no real pressure. It's kind of hard to keep a hand without any pressure.
Yeah, you need a guy to keep.
Oh, there's Tarmogoyf. Oh, but he just kept one letter. How many cards are in his hand? It does not look like that's 7. It looks 6. I think he might have mulliganed to 6. All right, so yeah, there's 6 cards. Yeah, he did end up mulliganing. Which isn't bad. With a couple dazes, you can like daze the first couple spells with a one-lander, and you don't really lose that much traction.
Yeah, if Austin had a 1-drop, Wesley's hand would actually be much better, ironically.
Yes. All right, Fauna
Shaman for Austin Fritz.
Great spot to use one of those dazes. They go dead pretty quickly.
Yeah, and that they clog up your hand in a certain way. The other thing is that Wesley doesn't know whether or not he's going to have a second land for the second turn, or for his third turn. So by using this daze, he can guarantee that he's going to hit his land drop next turn.
Yeah, you're not really losing much. Gonna have to go grab that Volcanic Island because even though he does have a Tarmogoyf, those lightning bolts are probably going to be more important because he looks like he's playing against Maverick.
Yeah, you really just want to keep Mother of Runes off the table because it's so strong against these Rug Delver decks.
Alright. Daze happens. A Delver Secrets is drawn, so he does have some pressure, yes. Very good magic card. Alright. Austin Fritz untaps, goes to his third turn. The Knight of Reliquary turn for most Rug Delver spheres. This is the turn where you got to know if that's going to happen. I mean, the daze is going to stop that from happening if Austin just goes for it. It feels like there's a miracle. Like, I know there isn't, but... Alright, another Savannah, and there is a Kasali Pride Mage. One of the sweetest magic cards of all time. I love Kasali Pride Mage. It just does so many things.
It's wizard, it's a cat.
It's a cat wizard. Kills artifacts or enchantments. It gives exalted. It's got a great body, 2/2 for 2 with a bunch of different abilities.
Yep.
Very unique magic card. Has been good for so many years since it's been printed.
Yeah, it's just one of the best 2-drops we've ever had. I mean, I remember when I was really psyched about Watchwolf being printed, and Kasali Pride Mage brings that to a whole new level.
All right, so Wesley was thinking about lightning bolting and getting in for 1, but not really that much of a need for that since 1 damage really isn't going to be that important. I don't think he wants to waste his lightning bolts on Kasali Pride Mage. As you can see, Austin has not played any fetch land, so any Knight of the Reliquary can be lightning bolted right now. So you don't really want to waste that, especially when your opponent has Fauna Shaman, Mother Ruins, Knight of the Reliquary. Another Kasali Pride Mage is a little scary because...
now he's losing a race hard.
Yeah.
Even flips the Delver.
So he's just going to have to use one of his lightning bolts, get rid of that Pride Mage, exalted on the stack. And Austin plays a Dryad Arbor and passes the turn. Delver Trigger flips with a Thought Scour. This is going to give him a cantrip he most desperately needs to try to find extra lands to get that Tarmogoyf into play. And other things. I mean, his counter magic is getting out there to where I think I would just play it. Like, I guess Spell Pierce still stops a Green Sun Zenith for Knight of the Reliquary. So that is somewhat worth it.
Kasali Pride Mage getting in for 3. Now, Austin 17 to Wesley 16 here. Thalia is going to be a really powerful card in this game.
Yeah, he can't even get that lightning bolt to do anything. All right, Cavern of Souls going to name human, Forest, Cavern for white, Thalia. That's going to really lock down Wesley. He's going to have to Thought Scour in response, try to find a force or an extra land. All right, there goes one land, there goes 2 lands, and here's a non-land. It always happens like that.
That's just how it works.
Yeah. I have cast Thought Scour enough times in my life to know that. All right, all these spells, none of them can get cast because of the Thalia. He's just going to have to Delver race. Cast, yeah. He's going to have to play Delver and race him.
Over in the sideboard, I can hear Glenn Jones pronouncing omniscience, omniscience.
It worked. That's what I called it from the beginning. Omniscience. Yeah, I heard Glenn say that, and I just instantly pulled fist. I breakfast club threw my hands in the air. All right.
So getting in for 5 here, dropping Wesley down to 11. And
yeah, I mean, if he flips and then draws a land, he can potentially get there. But if, yeah, I mean, that's just it. Like with the lightning bolt, if he flips this turn, draws a land the next turn, he can get there. Green Sun's probably gonna stop that. What Green Sun Zenith is gonna be able to do now? Oh, he only did it for. All right, he did. Yeah, I was gonna see if he went for Knight or not.
I think you go for Scrib Ranger here.
Scrib Ranger,
there's no way you can lose if you just go get Scrib Ranger.
Yep.
I mean, it's fine. Like,
yeah, he's going to be able to, as long as he doesn't sacrifice that that
think
Windswept
about what
Heath.
Scrib Ranger does.
Yeah, it just wins in the game.
He's playing it. He's playing 2 of it.
2 Scrib Rangers? Wow.
So he's really good against Delver.
Yeah, 2 Scrib Rangers is tough. I mean, is there any... Yeah, the one thing is that Wesley doesn't have any Grim Lavamancer, a card that was so good for me last weekend when I was playing in DC. I was just a huge fan of it. Like, the Maverick matchup becomes way easier.
Wesley playing a pretty traditional version of the deck.
Yeah. Yeah, he's only playing 18 lands. I always go between 18 and 19. It actually looks... This is the same main deck except for Fork Bolt instead of Fire Ice that Go Dennis and I played at the GP. Sideboard's a little different. Alright, so there's just a ton of threats on the board. Oh, he did sacrifice that, so if Wesley draws a land, he can get out of this. That's... okay, never mind. That has been said and done. It's over.
Yep, and Austin loses.
Yes, there's no way... Or Austin wins.
Yes, I'm sorry, Wesley loses.
Yes, no, Wesley wins. Wait,
no,
what's going on?
Wesley loses. Alright, so, some ooze.
Ooze the boss. And there was the land, so... So sad. If that wasteland wasn't on top of his deck, Wesley was actually going to get there.
It's actually kind of insane.
Yeah. All right.
Well, if Austin had just got Scrib Ranger.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying, I actually liked every line that Wesley took in that game.
And I mean, those one-landers are very keepable.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. That keep is completely fine. All right, so on Wesley's side, it really depends on what Maverick has in its sideboard. I usually keep in Dazes and Forces. Well, when I had Grim Lavamancer, I took out Nimble Mongoose, which can't happen anymore. So the Spell Snares stay in just because they're so good against Thalia and Scavenging Ooze and Scrib Ranger. But I usually take out either Spell Pierce or Daze, depending on player draw, because I want to be as active as possible against Choke. I am just very scared of that card. Like, some Maverick players play it, only 1/4 of them do. But if you don't have enough counter magic, you just lose. Even though force is so bad in the matchup, I just like feel like I'm so ahead in certain ways that I need it.
Yeah. Actually, Austin doesn't have choke.
Yeah, he doesn't have choke. The other thing that Wesley doesn't...
No way for Wesley to know that, though.
Yes, I know that. The other thing that Wesley doesn't have access to that I really like in this matchup is Gilded Drake. Gilded Drake is really good against a lot of the Show and Tell decks and a lot of the Reanimator decks, but it's surprisingly very, very efficient in the Maverick matchup because what you do is you Gilded Drake any card you want, so you can take their Mother, you can take their Knight, you can take their Scavenging Ooze, and then you just submerge it back to the top of your deck and steal another guy. So once you run out of submerges, then you just Lightning Bolt the Drake, and you now have his army. Their creatures are better than yours, just take them. It's so much better than like a Sower, because like you will steal their guy, they will Swords their recent guy, and you will submerge back. So you have just 2-for-1 them. And in a deck like Rug, where all you're trying to do is 1-for-1 your opponent as many times as possible, getting an actual 2-for-1 is so powerful.
Yeah, it's just huge. Now, I mean, we know Wesley's behind in this matchup. It's a bad matchup for him. Post board, I think, based on these two sideboards, I think it probably gets a little bit better. But
it gets a little bit better. Submerge is probably...
Be happy. At least it's not an arm wrestling match they're playing right now.
Oh, Wesley has him by far. That guy probably scrappy. Yeah. Just kidding. Those are insane.
Yeah.
Works out. So he has a Dismember, 3 Submerge, 2 Rough Tumbles to come in. All really good cards against Maverick. Gonna take out a lot of the counter package. Get more closer to 1-for-1. Force of Will.
Has 2 paths.
Yeah, he has 2 paths, and he has. Is that it? I like the gut shots.
I like Thrun against Rogue a lot.
No, that's not good.
Really?
Just trumps it. Your Knights are bigger. You don't need.
Doesn't matter. It just blanks every single Nimble Mongoose.
Meh. Nimble Mongoose isn't even good here. I don't even.
It also can't be submerged. It's
Where
a
do
body.
you want Thrun?
I like Thrun. It's matchups.
We'll see if he brings it in. I don't think it's that good. I would love for my opponent to play cards that can't be countered, because half the cards can't be countered because of Cavern Souls anyway, and run cards that cost 4 mana. I am completely fine with that.
I think you're underestimating the last troll.
Tom Martell? Wait, what?
No, the last troll is Thrun.
The last troll? No, because Thrun is about to rotate, and I do not think Tom Martell has quit Magic yet. So he is the last troll.
No, but Thrun exists like in a future world.
No,
right?
He doesn't. Need alternate dimension. And he's rotating. Do you think he actually is the last troll?
The last one?
If they print another one, can we just be like, what, Wizards?
Wow.
What are you doing? You lied to us.
Yeah, I doubt he's the actual last troll.
He might be. They might just be done with trolls.
Who's your favorite troll?
Tom Martell. All right.
Wesley Hickman leads things off with a Misty Rainforest. Again, no 1-drop for him.
Cavern of Souls into a Noble Hierarch.
And let's see what Wesley's
So
gonna do
Wesley,
here.
what Wesley can do here is he can Lightning Bolt the Hierarch and Wasteland if he wants to.
Seems pretty reasonable.
But I don't think he wants to leave his friends behind.
Yeah, now Wesley again with a hand that doesn't have a threat.
Yeah, ooh, I don't like that.
I strongly dislike that play.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna work out fine, but because he got some like very good spells. So like, the problem is you have to put 2 down, you draw 1, you draw another. Like,
Whoa, no, don't
what's
do
he
it
doing?
that way.
What's he doing? He's getting rid of the Delver?
What? Just
Well, he wants to kill both of the cards in play, but yeah, he still has the Delver, and he has a Brainstorm. He's fine with that. He's going to go 1/1, Wasteland your Cavern, Daze your next spell, play a Delver. It's fine. His line's not bad. I mean, the Daze was not correct with another second line in your hand. But, oh, and he has a Sulfur Elemental. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so this is where he dazes.
Yeah, so I mean, here comes the daze, and he's going to top deck a Delver, which he can cast.
Yeah. They're just going to naturally flip and be like, yo, commentators, you don't know nothing. We're the young kids. Let us do our business.
They know how to play Delver better than we do. It just flips automatically, like they don't set it up. It's like, man, we do so much work. Kids these days, no work ethic.
I don't understand
just
how
naturally flipping their Delvers.
Don't understand. Are they playing their Hunt Masters and then they just like their opponent doesn't have any spells and they're like, man, Magic's too easy. It's like back in my day, we had to mind twist our opponent, ponder, shuffle into, I don't even know, Noxious Revivaling our own thing back into the top of the library just to get our things to flip.
I used to have to mind twist my opponent and then Fate Seal them before I did what I wanted to do.
All right, yep, there it is. Delver flips. Lightning Bolt's going to take care of that mother because once... Well, I guess he could brainstorm and try to find another land. Like, maybe you don't have to waste the Lightning Bolt. You do have...
He has another land in hand.
Well, he has one more land in hand. He needs 3 to play that Sulfur Elemental. Yeah, I don't like that play. I would keep the Lightning Bolt. If you have a Sulfur Elemental, you might as well use it.
Yeah, the Sulfur Elemental's values.
And once the Sulfur Elemental hits play, then your Lightning Bolt goes live.
I mean, his bolts can also still kill knights right now.
Well, it couldn't kill that. Like, the thing is, if he plays a knight, then he has to, like, waste his turn Sulfur Elementaling, and then he can't activate, can't kill the knight.
That's true. You're right. But I mean, you really want to get value out of the Sulfur Elemental.
Well, the value is no, why no, no, don't do that. You have Brainstorm, and that's the value you were gonna get out of the Sulfur Elemental. That was it. The value was putting the Sulfur Elemental back in your deck.
This is your conscience, Wesley.
This is your conscience.
I shouldn't have sacrificed that Scalding Tarn, should I?
No.
That was a mistake.
That was a mistake.
I should have waited till I brainstormed. Man.
Maybe I'll just get really lucky with this Brainstorm. Oh, yeah. There's a Submerge. Oh, there's
Maybe
another
I'll
Brainstorm.
get another Submerge off the top
There's
here.
a Thought Scour.
That'll get them back on my side.
That'll get them back on my side. This is your conscience.
This is like the actual perfect brainstorm.
Yeah, you couldn't get a better Brainstorm. Another Brainstorm, a Submerge, and a way to get rid of your Sulfur Elemental. Jake Van Leeuwen, you're my best friend.
I love you, Brad.
I love you too. All right, so Insectile Abomination's going to get in one more time. What do you think? I think he wants to Thought Scour now to get rid of that Sulfur Elemental. See what is actually... Not that. He's very aggressive, and I think this is fine because it does time walk your opponent.
I don't hate the Submerge play
No,
here.
I mean, you have pressure. You want to keep your board presence.
I do think he Thought Scour now, though.
Yes. I want a Thought Scour in case I hit a Delver. Or a Nimble Mongoose.
The Thought Scour leaving open trap is... I think that's just the type play there.
All right.
So, yeah. We have Austin here pondering his decision. It doesn't look like he has a 4th land, so probably does not want to play a knight into a daze or anything like that. But he could just replay the Fauna Shaman, and that would be absolutely fine. Doesn't look like he has spot removal. Oh, he does have a 4th land. All right, and it's a cavern, so he can get this knight on the table, and Wesley can't really do anything about it. That's one of the big problems with Rug Delver in this Maverick matchup is Knight can just dominate the game so hard.
All right. So
here comes Solid Pride Mage.
Must have named Wizard.
No, he probably named Knight's creature type, I assume, right?
Well, he couldn't. He has to be Wizard because he's resolving
he's using it for colored mana. So yeah, Wizard. Is Scrib Ranger a wizard? Is Scrib Ranger a fairy wizard?
Scrib Ranger, I do not know, but that's what that's a job for Super Choi. Choi, tell us what Scrib Ranger's creature types are. Oh yeah, it's a fairy.
I know it was a fairy, but I don't know if it's a fairy wizard or not.
All right, Brainstorm, and without the Thought Scar, I really want that Thought Scar.
All right.
So if we did that in response to the Fauna Shaman, we could have spell snared it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't you dare.
Don't you dare.
Get rid of the Thought Scour.
Yeah, your whole hand's kind of unplayable. Don't you want to get rid of all these cards?
Yeah, you just want to brainstorm and put them away. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that line.
No. Well, this puts Austin to 10, and
now Austin can just go find a Scrib Ranger.
Yeah.
Wesley does have the Spell Snare in hand, though.
I guess if it's not a fairy wizard. It's not a fairy wizard? Really? I didn't know they just made fairies.
It was Time Spiral, so it was before Lorwyn came out.
Okay,
so creatures
sure,
didn't have like the dual creature type yet.
That's true, yeah, that's
kind of a new feature with Lorwyn. That was a 2008 improvement on the game of Magic.
That long ago? We're so old. I haven't played this game for so long. Feels like yesterday when I was like first picking Mirror Regeries. Alright, Knight of the Reliquary comes down.
And that's a nice one. Wesley Hickman got to improve his clock because now he's falling behind very quickly. Austin Fritz able to come over the top of Wesley here. Win this race very easily.
Yeah.
Wesley just unable to present enough pressure.
I mean,
if he can somehow find running bolts or something.
When you want something, you just got to take it. And Austin really wants this win. P.S. Thanks, Eric's Club.
I'm down for any Stallone reference anytime. Yeah. Alright, so Falk gets tapped. Gonna cast Thought Scour now.
Alright. Using the least optimal land. Because we really want, if we have a bolt, we want to bolt something.
And, if he had Thought Scoured 2 turns earlier, then he would attack like another Submerge, and he would have been able to win this race.
Yep.
But instead, he kept the Daze, which seems really, really strange.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he's afraid of. Fauna Shaman could go get something, but I don't know what it could be.
Yeah, I can understand maybe keeping the Spell Snare because you're afraid of Scrib Ranger, but keeping the Daze seems, it just seems pretty bad. So I really think he needs to use this Wasteland right now. He's getting absolutely no value out of it.
We have a rough Tumble.
That's about as good as it gets right here.
Yeah. Rough Tumble is a split card. Colorless red to deal 2 damage to all creatures without flying. 5 colorless and a red to deal 6 damage to all creatures with flying. It's the best Pyroclasm a Rug Delver deck can have because it doesn't kill your Delver Secrets.
Yeah.
Once they flip.
Yeah, it actually doesn't kill any of your creatures when they're
full grown.
When they're grown. And kills a lot of your opponent's creatures if they're, say, goblins or Maverick or one of those types of decks. Mm-hmm. So, just a really powerful card.
Alright, there it is. A really good gem from Limited back in the day.
Yeah, very, very nice.
A couple weeks ago, I was running around the tournament hall being like, does anyone have rough tumbles? I want them so bad. Anyone, please give me some.
All right, and a nice interaction there. Also able to discard Dryad Arbor, which is Fauna Shaman. And using this opportunity of Wesley being tapped out, he's probably going to find a Scrim Ranger.
Yeah, Scrim Ranger's really good right now. He's got to be afraid of just getting burned up.
It also combos really well with the Fauna Shaman if he throws another guy.
I mean, it combos really well with a lot of the creatures in Maverick. I don't think a 1/1 flying blue creature is the only best thing, but no, he really doesn't want to block Delver.
He just wants to race. At this point, the life gain from the Scavenging Ooze is really going to let him crush this race.
He's like, you know what? I could just be with parity with you, but I feel like coming over the top.
If you signed up for a $10 booster draft number 4, please head to the red side of the banner.
Daze it. That's going to eliminate him from using the ability this turn. Oh, wow, that's so good, because now he gets to tumble. Oh.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Oh.
Really nice.
Wow, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Was awesome. That daze just, oh.
And that's
all right, let me read this. Oh, that's what that does? You have Pyroclasm effects in your deck?
Yeah.
That's probably the first time Austin's ever seen that card since Limited.
I mean, I've not seen a rough tumble played since 2007.
That is so... Oh, he's in shock right now.
And that's not true. I play the Time Spiral drafts on Magic Online whenever they have them.
That was so brutal.
Yeah.
Wow, that was
Just
awesome.
like that, Austin.
Yeah, Austin's going to make this go to Game 3. A couple unique decisions with his cantrips.
Yeah.
I guess I can't really, you know, I'm not really complaining. This is the only deck that I play. It is my pride and joy. I love Rug Delver so much. It's like it's really funny how in Standard I hate playing Delver, but in Legacy I love Rug Delver. I don't know why, but it's just like because Standard you get to do really cool stuff, and there's no real hate or people like going over the top of you. It's all just a bunch of creature decks. So when I do cool stuff, I actually get to play Magic. But in Legacy, if you don't play a deck like Rug Delver, you have to play something that's really brutal anyway. All right, so now I think we're gonna find a Scrim Ranger.
And he could have 2 of them play.
Oh, wow. He really just wants to win the game with that card. Which, he might do it.
Yeah, and it's going to give him a lot of life.
Oh, a Scavenging Ooze for Wesley is now... Well, so this puts him at 1. He can gain 1, 2, 3 a turn. So, if he plays...
He's going to go to 2, and then...
If he plays a Delver...
5.
If he plays Delver... Wesley can't really attack, but if he flips it, he just wins the game. So Delver is a much better play than Scavenging Ooze.
Yeah, so Austin here can go up to 5 if he so desires. Really nice if he had a Scrim Ranger. Well, no, because the Spell Snare and Wesley's Hand.
Yeah.
There were so many opportunities to have Scrim Rangers in play here.
I know, and they would have just been here, and Aston would be at like 1,000,000 life. He doesn't value the card as highly. All right, so there comes a Pride Mage. There comes a Spell Snare. Oh, he used Cavern. And he's like, oh yeah, forgot that you named Wizard. That's such a unique time to use that, and now it's just completely working. It's so crazy.
It just randomly comes up later on.
Yeah, I didn't think that.
I wanted to make my kitty counterable.
Meow. All right, so Wesley can take some damage, and
Wesley taking 6 here.
Flip.
Flip makes a game 3.
Flip.
Game 3.
Yes, game 3. We get to watch some more Rug Delver.
We get to watch more Maverick too.
Man,
Fan of Maverick decks.
if you blow out your opponent with a rough tumble, naturally flip after playing some Brainstorms and Thascar is really weird, and your opponent looks like that. I'm kind of scared to be around him. I mean, he's a gentle beast. I've actually talked to him a bunch.
I like
awesome.
Austin. Yeah, he's an awesome dude.
Austin's personality is nowhere what he looks like. He's like the coolest guy. That's the whole thing. Don't judge a book by its color. But I still don't want to make him mad. I try to be much funnier than anything, and I can't fight at all. If I was back in the old days, I would have probably been a jester. Actually, I'd have probably just been dead.
What, in like the medieval times?
Yeah, I don't think I would have survived that long.
I
guess it's a whole nurture kind of thing. So like, who knows who you would have been, but
I should have been a dancer.
I just want to dance.
I just want to dance.
And if your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, then they're no friends of mine. We brought it back.
Yeah, we always bring it back. They can't stop us. They try.
They see us rolling.
Alex Smith, please come to the red side of it.
And they be hating.
$10 booster draft. Alex Smith.
My favorite thing is I look over at the Twitter feed, and I see 3 people that I really love all commenting. Like, everyone that's commenting right now are people that I love and that do commentary or do art. It's Robert Martin, Eric Klug, and Joy Pasco. It's like, when these are the people commenting and watching me do commentary, I feel so awesome. That, like,
yeah, it's good to know that these people are watching us right now.
Yeah.
Shout outs to everybody. I'd like to thank Eric Klug for making a very nice drawing of her painting.
Yes. Oh, thank you
my
very
wife and
yes. Back at the Invitational, I actually commissioned Eric Klug to do a beautiful picture of Jake Van Lunen and his wife, Tara, on a 2-headed sliver, because Jake won the Pro Tour slivers. It wasn't Pro Tour slivers until you guys made it Pro Tour slivers, but it was a 2-headed giant Pro Tour where Chris Lockman and Jake just destroyed the event, drafting slivers. A great strategy. Ended up just being the best thing of that tournament to come out of that tournament. And so I had to put it on a sliver.
I mean, it was a really interesting format.
Yep.
The sliver gambit was a really cool strategy. Like, if you wheeled one really powerful sliver, and then took it, then everybody who was in the drafts knew that, if one person was slivers, the archetype couldn't support 2 people. So the second you take one that everybody's seen, everybody else would avoid it.
Yeah.
So as long as you just wheel the first one and then go into it, then everybody else would avoid it, and then you would have a 2-0 deck.
Yeah. But yeah, Eric ended up doing an awesome drawing, and I think all the altruists and everyone that does, I love that aspect of the game. But for some reason, I'm a huge fan of Eric Klug's work. I love it. Like, on Facebook, like, it'll just be like, Eric Klug shared a photo, and then I find myself looking through every single picture of his every time. All right, so Noble Hierarch, turn 1 from Austin Fritz.
Off of basic forest too, so that's going to
not get wastelanded.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always sucks when they go forest noble, and you're like, well, I can't kill both your lands this turn. Turn 1 ponder for Wesley. Reveals 2/3 lands, so that's going to get shuffled away.
You never want to keep a 3-land top. Even if you only have 1 land, just not worth it when you're playing Rug Delver. Rug Delver, I think there's if you draw 3 or less lands, your win percentage in a game is something absurdly high. But if you draw 5 or more, your win percentage is just very, very low. Not good at all. Looks like Wesley has a hand full of green and blue cards, so this trap is going to be pretty good for him. However, if Austin is lucky enough to have a wasteland, it's just going to be bad news.
To be honest, like, green cards are so bad in this matchup. Like, for Rug, you don't even want the green cards. Like, this is the matchup where you just pray to rip a couple Delvers and just win with Delvers.
Yeah, you need to go in the air.
Yeah.
Because the problem is when you're fighting on the ground, you're just so much weaker than your opponent.
Noble Hierarchs are slowly flanking Wesley's deck.
And is that an attack, or it's a green sun for 0?
He wants a lot of mana. All right, green sun for 0 is either
getting out of Day's range.
Yeah.
So he's going to be grabbing a Dryad Arbor here.
Yep, going to be going to get the old forest land. All right, so that is a ton of mana. I wonder what he's going to do with it. I mean, by going and wasting your Green Sun Zenith on that just means your entire hand is just spells. Like, he doesn't have a second land, I'm assuming. No,
Yeah,
no second land. Ooh, that's risky. You keep a one-lander with a bunch of mana excel. Like, what if, you know,
What if
Wesley
you
just keeps
Fork
poking him off? Yeah. Fork
saw
Bolt,
Fork Bolt, too.
Fork Bolt would be so good right now.
Rough Tumble would be very, very good right now.
Oh yeah, that's scary to keep after your opponent like showed you a Rough Tumble.
A Rough Tumble and Fork Bolt.
Yeah. 2 Ponders is not finding Wesley any of these 4 cards that just will destroy Austin's board. But if he doesn't rip a Fork Bolt right now, Austin's going to be able to untap, and I don't think losing mana is even going to be that relevant anymore.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be able to Knight this next turn.
All right, so he draws another land, but he does have a fetch land and a Brainstorm, so he's probably going to play... Don't crack it. All right, that's fine. I don't know if I don't like doing this. I want to play more lands. I want to put more lands into play, so that I can Brainstorm with Brainstorm and maybe cast like a Rough Tumble next turn. I don't want to waste a Wasteland.
Yeah, I think you just play Volk and pass, right?
Yeah, because even if he has a Knight, he still
that's
can.
nice.
He
I
can
like
still
that.
Brainstorm into Rough Tumble and get rid of everything but a forest. Whew, that would be so broken.
So let's see if Austin can...
At 3 o'clock.
All right, I'll see you guys later. There's a draft challenge.
Ooh, there's a draft challenge?
It's not. It's a different one. It's not the
Okay.
same. It's not a draft open. All right. Here is a Knight of the Reliquary. I would have probably main phase Brainstorm. But I think, did he find a Daze?
Don't know.
Yes, he
Yes, he
found a
did.
Daze. Oh, well, there's one land. No, never mind. It doesn't even do anything. Attack for 2 from Wesley.
Pretty nice
What did
Noble
a-
Hierarch.
I
So
mean-
often attacks for more than 1 damage when it's a 0 power
Austin
creature.
did miss 1 point of damage, though. I guess he's like maybe bluffing like a
Yeah, I mean, he could have tapped the Hierarch instead of the
Mother, yeah.
Arbor. Yeah.
All right,
makes
so
sense.
do you think this is the turn where Wesley just has to go for it? He has to fetch and Brainstorm.
I think so.
Yeah, I think I mean, he does have a Lightning Bolt just to deal with the Knight, and the board doesn't really do anything, but he can just go for it. So no, White House. He has a Lightning Bolt.
Oh, no.
And now I think Austin just drew a fetch land, so now he can get out of the bolt range.
Yeah, and I mean, Wesley can't respond to Austin playing a land, so...
Wow, I don't get that. Like, you learn. You learn. If Knight hits the board, you kill it. You kill it dead or you die. That is the rule of this matchup. Unless you have Submerge or kill the Drake, and then you don't have to do that. But if it's Lightning Bolt, you have to kill that.
Or if you
card.
already have, like, 2 Flip Delvers, and
No.
you're just trying to...
Because they'll like go get like Maze of Ith or
Well, yeah, I'm saying, like, if you just want to Submerge Chain it or something while you're attacking, and that's really bad.
all right. So he's gonna have to fetch and now Lightning Bolt Knight in response, but that doesn't work. I don't know how he just didn't kill this Knight.
Yeah, it's,
I mean, that if there was any big mistake of this game, that was it. Like, that Knight is now going to live, and it's going to be very brutal for Wesley to come back.
His brainstorms were a little mistimed too. No, that doesn't work. Yeah, so Lightning Bolt does 3 damage. Nether Reliquary currently has 2 toughness, but Austin can make it have 4 toughness
By second,
by turning it sideways and paying
Yes.
1 life.
what he does is he activates sacking his forest, searching up a fetch land, sacking the fetch land.
Mm-hmm. Or he can just get a wasteland if he wants and target the trap.
Yeah.
But I think he's just gonna
He doesn't want it. If he gets a wasteland and sacks, then like
Then he's still
Wes-
called to the Rough Tumble.
Yeah.
And now, even if he gets Rough Tumbled, he's got like a Night Engine,
yeah.
and probably is just going to win anyway. Is Joey Pasco cooking with jalapenos?
He's cooking with, yeah, he's cooking with jalapenos and watching us on his iPad.
Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous.
All right, so now Knight is active, Thalia is in play, a bunch of mana is available. And this game, after just not timing the lightning bolt correctly, is, I mean, it's out of Wesley's reach. Like, it's so hard to win from here. Now there's another Pride Mage, and that's going to be, there's not even a creature in the graveyard. It's just instants, lands, and sorceries, so Austin can actually attack with a 4/4 Dryad Arbor. Yep. Get in for 4, Wesley drops to 13.
And I mean, now that the Thalia is in play, it's...
Yeah.
I guess he can brainstorm looking for Rough Tumble.
And just get... I mean, Rough Tumble is...
But he can't cast it, so he can Forked Bolt here, but...
He can Forked Bolt... Excuse me.
So he's just got to put 2 back before he does anything.
Yeah, he has to put 2 back, and then he gets to kill a Thalia and a Noble Heart.
Which is pretty good, but... I mean... not really good enough. He's going to get attacked by a 5/5 Pride Mage next turn, and there's just a Knight just looming over him here. Oh, that's a little strange. He's targeting Thalia and Dryad Arbor. I mean, Pyrrhic's just...
Yeah, the Exalted
strictly
triggers.
better.
Yeah, it's just way better.
Yeah, now he can just attack with Pride Mage and still get a Knight activation.
Yeah.
So.
And he gets to put another Knight into play if he wants to. Just by activating that Knight to help make mana. He then gets to put another Knight into play, and now there's 2 Knights, and it's all over.
All right, in for 5, dropping Wesley down to 8. Not much Wesley can do about this. And Austin can play another Knight, and he has protection from Daze because he can activate his Knight. Ooh, but he has a Scavenging Ooze, so...
That's fine, yeah.
Scavenging Ooze is pretty good against the Tarmogoyf on the table.
Yes. He's going to Daze the Scavenging Ooze, hoping to... I don't know what he's hoping to actually accomplish, but... I mean, obviously Austin's going to pay. And maybe one time he can find a Rough Tumble and a...
Yes, Brainstorm.
Well, that's not even going to work anymore. Dazing that just doesn't... Alright, so at least we deal with the Knight.
In response to Austin activating the Knight, Wesley can submerge it.
And force it to get shuffled into the deck because of the triggered ability. Alright, here comes some Mongoose.
Man,
I wonder if Mongoose came from that. I mean, I know the people that started Mongoose, but I just don't know if that's how it started. Like, somebody played a Mongoose, 2 of them, and they did something bad, and you're like, you're a Mongoose. I don't know. Maybe Ifra or Luis are potential. I know Luis probably isn't watching, but maybe Ifra's watching. He can tell me how that started, because I forgot. Alright, so he's going to activate in response to Merge.
And, I mean, Austin's going to be fine with that.
He's got 3.
At this point, things are completely fine for Austin.
Oh yeah, I mean, his board presence is really funny right now because he doesn't have a land in play. And it's like, the position of all his cards are just unique. I mean, if Wesley finds a way to deal with the Scavenging Ooze, and he has Daze in hand, right? So like, another Knight's not going to hit the board this turn, so I mean, in theory, he might be able to get back in there. How many creatures are actually in the graveyards? There's a Dryad Arbor, a Thalia.
Dryad Arbor, Thalia, and...
I mean, he did not activate on a creature.
Yeah, so here's Submerge.
Oh, wow, yeah, he did not know. He no longer controlled the force. He could not submerge in response. Back when he submerged, that was an illegal submerge.
Oh.
Wow, I didn't even catch that. Yeah. Yeah, you could not have legally submerged the Knight of Reliquary because when Austin sacrificed the force, he no longer had a force in play.
Huey pointing that out. Can we get a line to the judge?
I mean, I don't know how they can go back, but yeah.
Legacy players, that is time in the round. Active player, finish your turn. You have 5 additional turns.
Thank you on Twitter. Thanks for catching that. I don't know how I did it, but
yeah, so Wesley casts Submerge in response to Knight of the Reliquary's activation, but the cost of Knight of the Reliquary's activation is sacrificing the land. So Austin did not control a forest.
yes. So
when
therefore, it's
Wesley
not free.
submerged. So Wesley could not submerge. It was an illegal play.
Yeah. Thank you for everyone at home that caught that. You guys are great at picking up those errors when we miss them.
Yeah, I mean, it was William Jensen, one of the 3 greatest players who's ever lived.
Hey,
that's a rough. That's a little subjective. I'll say one of the 10 best players who's ever lived,
Yeah.
and that way we can kind of be sure about it.
Yeah. Yeah, Huey kind of had a little bit awkward missing by 1 to 2 votes this year, but next year I think all of us are going to try our hardest to make sure that he makes Hall of Fame. He deserves
I voted
it.
for him.
Yep.
I voted for him 2 years in a row now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All right, so I believe they're talking to the judge now about the situation at hand. We're gonna have to make sure to get a time extension here.
All right, so I think Tom Martell and Eric Froelich have both commented in on who started Monguise, and I think it was Kenny. I don't know how to say his last name.
Seung?
Yeah, I have met him though. He's actually a pretty sweet guy. All right, so everything's been resolved, and I'm assuming play just stays as is. Okay, we have not heard back from the judge, but I mean, it looks like play's done. So they're like, well, we're too far, we can't go ahead. So,
Really?
1 Nimble Mongoose. Warning issued. That's it.
I mean, you just gotta cast a 4-mana spell for free. It's pretty... It's fine. Yeah, and
Here's a green sun for 2.
Olaf is commenting about the definition of Monguise, trying to true damage us a bit.
Twitter has been blowing up.
Alright, so a green sun's needed from Austin here. And yeah, I think he is
I mean, with this board position, and because you have rough tumbles, like, I almost just want to throw all my guys in front of that Scavengers and kill it. Like, I don't care if I get 2 for 1 or 3 for 1. Like, just get rid of that thing.
yeah, and here is a Script Ranger. Very, very nice.
Yeah, I mean, this is great. With 3
matchup.
Exalted triggers, that's 2 attacks, and Wesley is dead.
Yep, and Austin going to use the Script Ranger's activated ability to return that Savannah back to his hand, untapping the Noble Hierarch and leaving the Savannah untapped. Nice interaction there. Able to use an ability that seems like it has a negative cost to generate 2 mana.
Yeah. Alright. Wesley just has to say go. Gonna steal another creature out of the graveyard, gain a life, remove another card. Now there's no creature, so he's like, yeah, just take whatever. I know none of these cards do anything. Or maybe he's saying, just take all the sorcerers, since I don't have any sorcerers in my graveyard. This game is very locked up in Austin's favorite.
Yeah, so, or Austin, he wants to, I think you just crash him with the Ranger, I mean,
yeah,
flies.
Yeah, like,
Are they in turns now?
No, they have 3 minutes left because they had the time extension because they're the feature match.
Oh, okay, yeah. And they also probably
had
time
judges,
extension
yeah.
from the judge call. Makes sense. Alright, so,
Also, if he didn't kill the Dryad Arbor, that wouldn't have happened instead of the Noble Hierarch with the Fork Bolt.
yeah.
Alright, so Austin Fritz takes the
take
match.
That one down, came over the top of Wesley.
Did come over
Wesley
the top.
had some nice draws there, but was unable to order his cards perfectly, and
yeah.